Hi, I'm Hive. No time to explain, let's study legs muscles. Let's start by drawing the pelvis. On both sides of the pelvis, right in the center, are the hip joints. This is where the femur begins. To find the knee, simply divide the leg in half. One important thing to remember: legs look straight, but in reality the bones go in an angle. The lower they go, the closer they are to each other. Now the most important thing to remember. The tight muscles are mostly closer to the inner side of the leg, while the lower leg muscles stick out more on the outside. Because of this balance, the leg appears straight, even though the bones aren't. Also, the inner bone on the ankle is higher than the outer one. If you extend the lines of the thigh downward, they meet at the lower point of a triangle. This is the patellar ligament. And if you extend the lower leg upward, you'll reach the top corners of a square. That's the kneecap. There's also a clear pattern in the angles of the lower leg. The outer muscle mass is longer and larger, while the inner one is shorter and smaller. Let's draw the second leg using these same rules. Inner thigh muscle, outer lower leg muscles, and the inner ankle bone is higher than the outer one. Now let's look at the side view. We draw the bones first, then the thigh muscles and the back of the leg. After that comes the knee, and the lower leg visually goes inward, because there are no muscles on the front, only bone, which you can easily feel on yourself. So again, the thigh muscles lean more forward, and the lower leg muscles lean more backward. Everything stays balanced. Let's get into the muscles in more detail. The thigh is structured so that the quadriceps muscles lies on top of the adductor muscles, and they are separated by the sartorius muscle. Above the knee there is a tendon, and the upper head of the quadriceps attached to it from above. Two more heads sit on the sides. The fourth head is on the inside, and we don't really see it. The sartorius muscle looks like a long ribbon. Now moving on the lower leg. On the front we only have bone, no muscles there. On the sides there are many small muscles, but I won't go into that level of detail. I will focus on what really matters: gastrocnemius muscle. From this angle it looks like an oval. Below it is the soleus muscle. Let's color it. Red, adductor muscles. Shades of blue, quadriceps. Purple, gastrocnemius. Pink, soleus. Let's look at the back view. The gluteus muscle usually looks like butterfly wings, with the lower half being larger. Under the gluteus starts the biceps femoris. It splits into two parts and attached with thin ends along the sides of the leg, almost like a fork. Inside this fork is the hollow behind the knee. The calf muscles attached in the similar way, also like an upside-down fork, with the soleus muscle sitting underneath. Right down the center runs the Achilles tendon. Now let's break this down using photos. Here are the two tight shapes I mentioned earlier, the tendon above the knee and the shape of the lower leg. I'm coloring everything according to the same scheme, so you can clearly see how it works. On the right leg, the sartorius muscle is more visible. I've marked it green. And again, the same shapes following the same rules. Now, back view once more. First, the upper fork, then the hollow behind the knee, and then the lower fork. On this photo, the shape is more clear. You can use my materials as reference. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe so you don't miss the new tutorials. See ya!